I know we don't have a lot of time left, but what's next after you reach the top and you get through this, and now you're back, heading back, and then getting back to reality. And so, what are your plans after that?
I think this is my reality. It's not that I will return to reality. So, the reality I've discovered is Canadians don't have awareness towards financial planning. So, I want to dedicate my remaining 5 years and few months, whatever left in Canada, to increasing the awareness in Canadians about financial planning. I was talking to IG because I'm licensed to IG, that I don't want to do my practice to earn income anymore. I earn whatever I need, and being by myself, I don't need much money. I like to become a corporate resource, going from one city to another, just telling people to do financial planning. And
Mm-hmm.
if any consultant benefits, or any clients benefit, or any Canadians benefit, that will be up to them. So that is my intentions. But once I finish Everest, that doesn't mean that it will bring a halt or completion. I have all the intentions to keep expanding my life and exploring my life, and I'm excited that what my life is going to offer. I don't know, and I like the unknowns to be there.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that it will be. I will continue to share the information that Deepika provided me, not just within the company, but with my friends and contacts and a lot of people around, because I always like to promote a good cause,
Yeah.
and so I'll do as much kind of exposure among my list of contacts and whatever. And then after that, I look forward to reconnecting with you after you return, and to kind of hear about your experience. Hopefully, see some photos and or videos or whatever. It'll be nice to even, if anything else, I would love to coordinate that with Deepika, depending on your time availability. And it'd be nice to have an IT town hall and show that. And it's the one thing, aside from your financial planning awareness and the work that you've done. I look at what you're doing in preparing uh, and training, organizing, conducting, doing, and then coming back for a follow-up. It's almost like the process we go through in project management. So your whole Everest project is a true project with the phases that can be a good example to the IT team in how to go about something that might appear at the start as a unreachable or as a miracle, but with the right planning and organizing and commitment and motivation and passion, there's nothing unreachable, and that it is doable. So I'm sure we can show that. I'm sure Stephen and Nicole and Deepika can share can understand where I'm going with this. Is because I think, and even on in business, we can learn from experiences in other areas. Just yesterday, I was talking to someone that I'm giving them two examples. One example is about a very concept I like, which is called UDA, and that was initially created by an Air Force captain in World War II. And UDA stands for Observe, Orient, Decide, and Act, which really is something that was adopted by the business, and they took it and they created an UDA loop, where in business, the more you can organize your OODA loop, the more you can jump into somebody else's OODA loop and influence it. And really, in your project, you're doing that OODA. You are, observing what's around you. You're orienting yourself with all the different details, and then you are deciding and acting right away. And that's where most people fail, is they don't make a decision in time, and they don't make action in time. There might be a decision and they may not act on it, and so what's the use of it? So what you're describing, and your adventure is really a good example of that. And then the other thing, as I'm hearing you speak and the way you're elevating yourself from kind of the mundane kind of normal day to day and kind of uh, you're already, like you said, that you're already in that reality of your quest, and that you know what you're going to with Everest is not something that you reach and that's it. You're reaching a certain state of mind or certain situation that you're gonna build on that and motivate others to reach that. It reminds me of that book, The Celestine Prophecy. If you've read it, it was out about 15 years ago also, but it's very spiritual, but it is, and it's adventurous, and it's still sold a lot. It's one of the best sellers on Amazon. It's about a guy who went on an adventure to the jungles of Peru looking for a manuscript. And as he went through that jungle and met monks and other people, he was uncovering insights where each insight builds on the prior insights and then moves on till he reaches the 9 insights. So it's almost like moving up to reach that peak. And at the end, all of those insights end up explaining to him that really in day-to-day life and day-to-day things, we have to get back to nature, and we have to get our energy and rejuvenate ourselves through nature. And if we don't do that, we end up in business pulling energy from each other and fighting among each other because we have different agendas, different things, and that wastes both of the energy. But if we go out and elevate ourselves from that those biases and those day-to-day issues that and reach the sources of energy rather than fighting with each other on pulling energy from each other, then we can kind of move forward and succeed. So that's another example that I get from what you're doing and how you're going about it. So it's
Well,
quite
you
impressive.
impressed me so much, and I'm sure Nikhil, Steve, Deepika, and everyone has got such a good supervisor who has such vast knowledge. So one thing is that they can make fool out of you, like because you are such a smart guy. I'm
Oh
just giving
no,
you guys a message, okay? So Fadi is smart, okay? So remember that. But and I would love to have more conversations with you in future. But one of the things that crossed my mind is you are the influencer within Calgary Co-op. Like you have access to the top leadership. It's up to you if you discover or identify how Calgary Co-op as a corporation could support EFP campaign.
hmm
And who you can influence, I can't. Your
right.
CEO can influence more people, I can't. All I can do is just do the Everest, and all of you who are real influencers in the communities could decide that this is how we can bring value to the community. So I
Right.
will leave this thought with you.
Sure.
You're
Yeah.
welcome to explore however you as a corporation, Calgary Co-op, could support the EFP campaign, and you are already doing it at your own individual level. So
Mhm.
thank you so much
Yeah.
that
Oh, my
you already are
pleasure.
supporting even
My
before this
pleasure. And I
campaign.
wish you all the
And
best.
his influence is going to help this campaign so much. And I'll be happy to connect your leadership or you to our leadership. And then you can take it up from there. If you wish to speak to one of our leaders from IG, I'll be very happy to coordinate all these future things. Now, your team knows my team a little bit, and then Deepika is always there to support both sides.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent.
thank you
Yeah.
so much for giving me the opportunity to share my passion.
My
And I want to thank your team as well that they took time to come and hear me out. Thank you.
Yeah,
It means
our
a lot to
pleasure.
me.
And we wish you all the best, and we will spread the word. And
Thank you.